Hey there, my name is Arsenine and welcome back to the channel. We're checking out Chef Life today, and I don't really have much to say about it other than the fact that I've briefly read about what you can do in this game. Basically, you can go and cook some food, design a restaurant, and essentially live your life as the chef of your dreams. Now, that's what I would like to say, but the title of this video says otherwise, so let's just jump right into it and do what we want to do. So, let's play. Alright, right off the bat, I'm female, and I'm not sure if this is because women belong in the kitchen or whatever the game thinks, but I'm just gonna play male. And let's see, I can slide across for muscles. Ooh, looking swole over there, dude. Okay, and then he's weak again. So I'm just gonna play around with this and get the right amount of muscle, which I think that's good enough. Let's build. Oh. Okay, so that's build. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it in the middle because I need to fit through all those tight corners, right? Skin tone. Oh, okay. Asian. That's a bit too white for an Asian though, but it doesn't matter. Now, there are many customizable options here, but there's only one real option. So give me a second and I'm gonna show you what a true masterpiece is. There we are. He looks absolutely charming, like a charming little yellow Asian, right? And now he's back with rose-tinted lenses because that's how he sees the world, full of love and chaos. Overbearing makeup aside, there's only one thing left to do. In the symbol of identity, I'm gonna give him mismatching tops and bottoms because that's exactly how you establish your presence, being unique in your own right. And obviously I did away with the chef hat because it doesn't fit. Now, I'm not too sure whether I want any real tattoos, but I just gave myself 2 octopus tattoos on the left and right hand, and also gave myself an orange leaf logo at the back because if there's any vegetable I'm gonna serve, it's gonna be covered in meat juice. My name. This is classic. I have problems. Chef, I have problems. He, him. I see. Okay, I'll just play the tutorial because I haven't played this before, and I kinda wanna get it right. Stop being surprised at your blue pants, dude. This is not a walk. This is like a brisk walk in the Singapore heat, bro. What the hell are you doing, bro? I see. So I have a note up there, which is talk to your associate Kasim. Alright, I guess that's Kasim. Let me just walk away from him for a bit because I need to just learn how to walk. Now, rage baiting aside, let's just go up to him and ask him what he wants of me. Yo, Kasim, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you suddenly lose the voice to speak? Well, I was half expecting this to be voiced like this since you said, hey, whatever. Look at you, your new uniform fits you perfectly. It's as if it was made for you. As for the kitchen, I installed all the workstations, everything is up and running, which means it's time to get back to cooking. We only have 3 days until opening. Oh, and I left you a little gift to help you get back up and running. Hope you like it. So text speed is kind of slow if I don't press or mash X anyways. One thing to say though, if you really like my uniform, why aren't you wearing it, dude? This is my restaurant, so it means it's your uniform too, since you're working here, right? Whatever. Drivel aside, let's make some beef and potatoes. This page shows all the ingredients, whatever. Do you remember that the recipe? It was the first one we learned in culinary school. Yeah, again, quite slow. I thought it'd be the perfect dish to open on your kitchen. I stocked the shelves with the ingredients. Yeah, whatever, I don't really care anymore. So instead of wasting you guys' time, I'm actually gonna try and do all of this myself, and I'll check back when I'm actually done with a little bit more progress. So as you can see, I'm just waiting for the fries to, well, fry. And I have the steak already fully done and prepared, and it's stuffed somewhere in my chef pocket. From what I understand, you can press on and off for the deep fryer, which you kind of have to leave it on, otherwise it just doesn't deep fry. And if you notice what's happening in my inventory over there, the steak is getting cold. So I wonder what's gonna be like when I serve cold steak and, you know, very hot fries. So we shall see. There we are. Ooh, that's such a weird sound. Anyways, I'm just gonna walk over here to this table and I'm gonna prepare my dish. Hot fries and cold steak aside, it's time to prepare my masterpiece. So obviously I don't really have any control here and it's going to give you the very nice plated, beautiful dish of steak and fries. Now that looks great and all, but I don't really care too much about this. You can see the dish great like technical execution, and up there you can see ingredient quality, but I don't care about that. I want to customize the dish. Let's start with a flat dark plate for the added contrast. After that we can add 2 smaller white bowls so that they can serve as the place to put our dipping sauce and whatever inside. Next we can add a steak, and I'm not too sure about this piece. What piece should I use? I guess that's okay. Yep, there we go. And I don't think I can fit any more meat onto this plate. Okay, that's odd. Okay, here's the shallot that represents a nice little nose. And I know what you're thinking, I could add the potatoes into the sauce and make it disappear entirely so you can't even see it. But why would I do that? I want my masterpiece to actually be seen. So I'm just gonna lay the potatoes in such a weird orientation. That's not smooth, by the way. Now I'm just gonna add 2 little basil right here. And here. Yeah, it's actually really difficult, not really letting me click. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this off with a nice side garnish of sauce. I don't know why this is a garnish, because it's a sauce. Yet the sauce is in the sauce bowl. I'm not really gonna complain about that. Anyways, I'm just gonna add some extra decorations, and very soon you will see the final product. And of course, I can't end this without adding a nice little stick of rosemary. Or is that thyme? I think it's rosemary. Anyways, and I'm just gonna add it. There we go. Perfection. Now, behold the culinary master that I am. Isn't that inviting?
And what could be better than serving up smiles?
And of course, Qasim, I'm happy, and I'm gonna continue on with the rest of the day. Yes, I know it's getting late. Let's close up shop. Haha, new day, new dishes. Well, I would say new day, new recipes, but it sounds about the same anyways. I'm not gonna pronounce what those recipes are because I'm totally gonna butcher the name, and I don't really care too much about what it fancies specifically, like what actually goes into the dishes. All I need to know is that I need to learn them so I can add them to my repertoire of learned dishes. So I'm just gonna really skip over the entire cooking process and instead show you what the final dishes will eventually look like. Alright, time to plate up the dishes. Time to let you see what Ihaveproblems has been cooking up in the kitchen.
Ah! Good God! It's hideous.
Exactly right. So we're gonna have to change that. This time I'll spare you guys all the nonsensical details of customizing the dishes, and I'll leave you guys guessing. I saw what you did with those 2 new dishes. Let's move on. So apparently moving on means a new day. So let's just get right into it, shall we? Hello, Qasim.
Hello.
Okay, so what Qasim told me is that he added a blackboard inside the restaurant. I don't know about you, but shouldn't those blackboards go outside the restaurant to tell the customers what you're actually serving before they enter? Because the menu does the job inside the restaurant, no? Welcome to the dungeon. Alright, Dungeon Master Qasim basically told me what I had to do here in the storeroom. So basically we place an order to the market, which you can see right here, and then we actually look at what we want to order, like example, like from where, what ingredients we need. This kind of prepares us for the dishes for the entire day, if we're cooking for the day at least. As with all things, local source options tend to be more expensive, but the responsible, boring option. So I'm just gonna go with the cheap option over here and add the fish and the meat and everything else I need to add because this is just boring admin stuff anyways.
I'll collect all your products and be right over.
Great, the delivery's on the way. In the meantime, you can put the finishing touches to the dining room. Oh, you're speaking my language, bro. Honest confession, I actually did not do any designing, so I'm just gonna talk to her. I'll explain a little bit why later. Here's your first delivery. I've put everything in the fridge. By the way, produce will drop in quality if you leave it in the store too long, so watch out for that. Oh. And you have an expiration date, blah blah. Oh, and I got Qasim's message. Thanks for the invite. See you soon. Oh. Oh right, I invited you. Anyways, what I wanted to mention actually was the fact that I don't exactly have any money, which is kind of why I didn't actually have the ability to design anything. But that's fine. In the grand scheme of things, I'll earn enough money once I get enough loyal customers who actually want to eat my slop. Let me just stock up the fridge with all the nonsense I have to do for the day, and then finally I can open up the restaurant and start serving the dishes to get the
Money!
But that can't happen until I stock up all the fridges and awkwardly stretch in front of them. That's so weird. Anyway, the blackboard, which again doesn't make sense indoors, now shows everything. Blah blah blah, always preparing in advance is the key to success. I'm pretty sure that's the key to stale food, but whatever. Max and I will act as regular customers. Oh, so you give me feedback. Oh, that's great. Let me see how much I can ruin it and how much you will still accept my dishes. But before that, I need to actually prepare all of these. There we go. And now we store all of these things in the fridge. Well, that's fine if I know where the fridge actually is. Oh, here it is. That's fine. So let me just lay them out like this. Now that that's in the fridge, I gotta move on to make the green beans, which unfortunately I can't really put in the fridge. So let me just fill this pot with water, and I'm gonna give it a rolling boil right now. Amazing! Anyways, that aside, I'm gonna give it a nice chef scent, and I'm missing a lot of salt. Okay, how about now? too much salt. Oh, damn it. I can't ruin it any more than that. So I'm just gonna add as much pepper as I want. Even though pepper's not part of this dish, I don't think it's gonna actually stop me, and I'm just gonna button mash my way to victory. And as you can see, or rather can't see the hand can't keep up with how much I'm actually dumping pepper into this dish. And I'm not gonna stop until it's fully saturated with pepper. There we are. And as you can see, I'm still adding even though it's already full of pepper and salt at this rate. Question mark amounts of black pepper. Exactly. But this is still gonna be great. Let me turn up the heat and let me just continue cooking this. Perfect. The water looks disgusting. And my guy looks like he's ready to actually take the beans out, if not for the fact that we don't really care too much. Anyways, let me dump it over here to keep it warm. And ooh, someone wants to talk to me. You're doing great.
Are you sure about that?
Jokes aside though, it's time for the practice dinner service, and I'm just gonna open it up and let's see how it goes. Okay, we still have the green beans roasting away here, which are delightfully overcooked at this point in time. That's fine. Let me see if I can just take this. Yeah, I'll just take it with my bare hands as always. A delightful rancey, but they're hot at least. Speaking of feedback, I actually want to see if they rate my cold cooking any differently. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna prepare the steak, even though they did not request for it now, or ever for the actual dinner service. I do not know what this is gonna do, but I'm just gonna cook it now and leave it in my inventory. So as you can see now, it's a nice steaming, smiling pile of food, but I'm gonna leave it in my inventory right there. And let's just see what happens in a bit. I'm actually gonna do the service for the other two dishes, but it's gonna take my time, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run out of time, but let's just see how much they really like this, you know? Well, color me surprised, they actually asked for the steak. Unfortunately, it's not to the doneness they want. Mine is like rare, they want medium rare, but I don't care. So it doesn't matter what they want, it's what I'm gonna serve them. And while that fish is busy being overcooked, let me just serve up this steak dish, which is confused about the temperature it's at. There we go. Order up. Now let's slowly walk back to the dish so I can then serve it and show you the labor of my artistic genius. Now behold the genius that I am. I'm gonna craft the two dishes right now meticulously, and I'm gonna show you just how much effort I've put into perfecting these culinary piece of artwork. Nothing like a whole fish with too much basil, as well as yesterday's rejected artwork. It's late, but order up. What are you doing, dude? Why are you stretching? Is it that tiring cooking food? I mean, you're a one-man show, but like, come on. Good service? After all of that, and I still get good service, I was aiming for bad service. Damn it.
God, I'm below par.
It's fine, we'll get them tomorrow. But this time, I gotta clear all the daily stupid stuff first, so give me a second. Who the hell are you supposed to be? Surprise visit. Oh. Quite pompous, don't you think? Is this a new restaurant? I just came to welcome you to our beautiful city. I'll try to come here and eat in the next few days. Who are you supposed to be? Whatever, I didn't really care too much. Anyways, it's about time to prepare for the dinner service. Hey, I decided to hire a head server to manage the service staff. I'll help out today. You can help her out all the time, dude. Hi chef, I'm Pari, nice to meet you. Okay, so you're the server head. Okay, then that'll be great, thank you. You are smiling for now, but not for long. Anyways, Kasim, you should just help her out with everything since you're not even cooking, despite being in culinary school. You're basically more of like the admin guy anyways. But what do I know? I'm not exactly a legit chef, am I? That's it, everything's ready, time to open up. I can't believe it. Yeah, I know. Let's open up. Service available. Let's do this. And now I'm trapped. I'm honestly struggling to see whether this is an actual restaurant or is this a prison. But then again, I guess this is my equivalent of locking in for my 9 to 5. Since I'm just gonna be stuck here doing this, I might as well serve them the dishes which they may or may not like. So here you go. By the way, I'm still using the C ranked green beans, and yet my technical execution's an A. I'm tired. That's a nice stretch. Ooh, I got loyal customers. Great service. Well, even though I served them crap food, it's great service, so I guess there's no real way you can fail unless you literally burn every dish. But I don't think you're allowed to really serve any burnt dishes. I'll try that out later, actually. But for now, I think I'll spend most of my time perfecting my culinary artistic skills by shaping the dishes into what I want. Nice. Alright, the restaurant gate has been lifted. Let's see what my co-workers actually think so far. Oh, she doesn't look so happy. I told you it wouldn't take you that long. And if you're wondering why they got so unhappy so quickly, I was being rather irresponsible with the food I had. So basically whenever I made something like extra food, right, instead of leaving it in the fridge, I just throw it in the dumpster. I didn't bother showing them now because there was actually a lot I had to do before I could actually get them to be so sad, but you'll see it soon enough. I wonder if they'll be sad if I burn anything though. Anyways, it's time to close up shop, so let's just do it right now so I can then go and waste time in more dishes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, ordering from the market here, especially from like international providers, actually lowers my responsibility quite a fair bit. So it ruins the atmosphere of, you know, the entire restaurant and everyone becomes sad, which is a good thing actually. So I install all the other necessary things so I can actually cook the new things that I want to do, which mainly consists of a blender. So yeah, that's actually what I need so far, stretch in front of the food that I actually need to prepare for the day, and then let's start with the new dishes. Now that's what I would have loved to say, but halfway through cooking the new dish, Qasim decided to open his big mouth and say this line.
You know, it's not just the food that makes a restaurant successful.
Look at this place. It's boring.
Uh-huh. I think I get what you're saying, dude. Welcome back. My back's definitely tired after all the renovations, so let me talk you through what I just did. I replaced all the dining tables with wooden chairs, and at the same time I removed all the atmosphere available. Anything that was like a painting to a plant was just removed completely. That way, I get to embrace boredom and the minimalistic idea of cooking. After all, the only thing that should be expressive is me and my cooking. If you don't want to eat my cooking, feel free to leave. Also, did I mention that I tried to burn down my kitchen? In order to best understand that, I need to go back to the night of the grand opening. And I know what you're thinking, grand opening and I'm gonna burn the kitchen down. But let me explain what I did. What I planned to do here was actually trying to cook and leave the food in the fridge so I could just serve them cold. So in order to pass the time as quickly as possible, I was just gonna cook the dish, ignore this guy, and straight away go into the waiting room where I can just wait the time across. Of course, Qasim interrupted me, which, you know, it's unfortunate. He's talking about how tonight's the big night and everything, but I didn't care about any of his drivel and I just wanted to skip time so I could actually see if I could prepare the food earlier. Hilariously though, I actually forgot that someone had to be there to cook the food, so I got interrupted by the sound of something burning, which was the fries. And as I walked towards the steak, it burnt as well. So I know this is unfortunate. I didn't exactly see any responsibility going lower. I think it only happens when I throw it away. So I just left it out here to just watch my cooking. And something I noticed is that the cooking actually said well done, despite the fact that it's burnt food. So it's not like I could serve anything, by the way. Now look at that, burnt food, well done. It's like the game is trying to mock me for my cooking, but I don't care because that's not food I can serve anyways. What I can serve though is this weird vegetable soup dish thing that's made of juice. And it's gonna look perfect, definitely not the ones that you'd expect though. Look at it. There's less juice and more vegetables, the healthier choice, not the ugly soupy sweet version. Alright, let's tidy up now since that's the end of the dinner service. Let me just put this in the fridge because I could use it for tomorrow. Actually, no, I won't use it for tomorrow. I'll deal with it later.
When I cook every night, it's cooking for people who hopefully are appreciative.
Exactly right. You said it best. I like to serve dishes stale and cold, but not dishes that were cooked the day before.
I have standards.
Just not very high standards though, since I am about to whip out a dish that would actually look so annoying for some people. Meatballs. Exactly, just meatballs. And this is just a perfected version that you can see in front. But fortunately, I cook enough meatballs that I could just remake the version that I wanted to, which is this. So I hope you enjoyed my descent into chaos with my smiles. And instead of counting the number of meatballs that are here, which are uneven by the way, I'm just gonna spend my time staring at this guy until he leaves my restaurant.